Yo, we back live with your boy Ray Sean. Keep it 100 though. After hours, just trying something new. Sometimes I'll be going live and don't want to end it live. We want to keep going live. We just here to talk about some things. After hours for grown folks only. Let's see who all tunes in. We're going to recap on the live that we just did and just talk about random things, man. So let's see who's all up. Just trying to build this channel up, man, in all ways possible. So welcome to the After Hours. Not saying this is going to be a segment added to the YouTube. It's just a little test run, like, that test run that FEMA had a couple days ago. That's what we're doing, man, a little test run. We got 2 people tuned in. What's going on, y'all? Peace and blessings. Let's see some comments. See some comments, y'all. Some support. Like, share, subscribe. What's going on, y'all? After hours. So, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. We're going to recap on the live that I did earlier. Let's talk about some other things, life in general. I haven't did the You Do Have a Voice podcast in about 2 weeks because I've been hella busy. It's not no excuse. But, we went 6 weeks straight with no break. Not saying that we need a break because we only go week for week, but this is kind of the catch up on the You Do Have a Voice, man, which is another podcast that I got going on this YouTube channel where basically anything that I do, anybody is welcome to express your voice in general, whether if it's the You Do Have a Voice podcast or the Music Heads podcast. Anybody is welcome, and talk about anything in life. Life can get real deep, in either way. Now, how deep it gets, you never know. But yeah, what's up, y'all? We had 2 people tuned in. I know it's people that's gonna go in and out, and also I know it's kind of late. So just make sure, if you tune in, even for like 10 seconds, just hit that thumbs up. Support the whole movement for the channel. I've been on 2K subscribers plus a little couple hundred, 2K plus 200 for a little bit. We are trying to build them subscribers up and get, the algorithm going back to the channel, even though we started off on a different, how can you say? We started off a little bit differently for certain reasons, in certain situations that happen in life. But the channel is taking a turn, to more of what I want to do, what I'm really into, which is just speak on life, and then, the music thing. Lots going on with the music and lots going on with life. So we're here to talk about it all. It's the After Hours. So let's get it going, man. We're going to go ahead and just recap on this video. And let me tell y'all this, when I feel my live or anything that I do is not that great, even though I might be tripping or whatever, I usually don't watch it or recap on it or do anything. I just let it be because I don't even want to see it, even though it might be great to y'all, but I might not feel it might not have been the best. But this, the live that we did tonight with me and Mac Brooks, on the Music Heads, episode 3 was a good episode. So I don't mind recapping on it. Do my own reactions to my own videos. So basically that's what it is. And we just here to chill. I don't know who's all up. Let's see who's all up. Don't be afraid to leave a comment, chop it up. And, we're going to talk about what needs to be talked about at the end of the day. And it is what it is. So this right here is my live from earlier that I did with my boy Mac Brooks for the Music Head podcast. It's a lot of other things, man, that I be wanting to say that I don't quite get out. So when I do a reaction, I'm able to get a lot more out. And that's what we finna do tonight. Like I said, it's just a test. It's pretty much it. Shout out to all my folks that is up, that's gonna tune in, that's gonna come back and tune in, that support the channel from the jump, no matter what. I mean, if you fuck with Ray Sean, you fuck with Ray Sean, no matter what, man. So this is for my folks that fuck with me, that just shit might want to hear my voice and my opinions on certain things in life, which everybody is, everybody has their own voice. That's why I try to let everybody become part of what we're doing and express their voice and get their point across if they like to, in the comment section, or if you want to come up and join the panel, whatever the case may be. Even if you just want to watch and you feel a part of it, even if you are just watching, you are a major part of what's going on. So shout out to everybody out there that support the channel. And all I ask is, you hit that like button and share and support, spread the word.
So we got to go to the boy. You feel me?
Man. So we're going to let Brooks start it off this week, man. What you want to start it off with, Brooks?
Oh, man. First and foremost, we still on this goddamn Keepy D and Tupac shit. This shit might be bigger than the OJ trial. I don't know if anybody was familiar or alive during the OJ Simpson trial. I'm talking about the first one, not that second one. We had to jail with Vegas for like 10 years. That very, very first one. You know what I mean? Where he had the whole world watching as this nigga was on a high speed chase, slow as hell on the freeway in a Bronco. Made the Ford Bronco famous type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. I think I was probably maybe 2 or 3 or 4. I know I was young, so I know it was a big case, but I don't know exactly. Speaking on that situation, I was young as hell. I don't quite remember everything, but one thing I remember for sure is everybody wanted a Bronco after that. Like, his situation did make the Ford Broncos famous. And then everybody wanted a Ford Bronco just because of O.J. Simpson. And hold on, y'all. Got some messages going on in the for music heads only. Okay. Got some support on there. Shout out to everybody, man, that's been showing support. Really appreciate it. Like, words could only express. Even if you just come on here and you watch, or you're a music artist and you support, support is the key. Like, just like for a lot of people that's out there that does rapping, those be the main people that want support, but then like half these motherfuckers barely support anybody else of their movement. But it go both ways, man. Support is support. And it is what it is at the end of the day. Not too many support what I got going on as far as my YouTube yet, which I'm just getting started. But I still support others, I'm not finna sit here and knick-knack and, oh, well, you don't support my channel, so I ain't finna support you. Man, if I support you, I support you. No matter if you support me or not. If you got something going with music, with anything with your business, with work, with life in general, anything with social media, like, if I fuck with you, I'm gonna support you. That's 100, and that's how it should go. Like, it shouldn't be anybody keeping track, and is who gonna be the bigger person? Because anything else is little people shit. Oh, you don't support me, so I'm not gonna support you. And then you got these rappers that be cocky as hell. You still support them, and they, but it is what it is, though, man. So the whole thing is a positive mind state. You feel me? You gotta be positive at all times. Motivated, I keep getting these messages in my inbox. I got my boy Dion right here. What's up, man?
Oh, man, what's going on, brother? Shit. Another day, another dollar. Another day over, man. Just trying to,
Another day of life, huh?
man.
We survived it, man. That's we
Yeah.
survived the day. What's the day? October 9th, going into the 10th. We woke up and shit, we about to go to sleep. And hopefully, we wake up tomorrow morning. We here though. It's life, man. What you gotta say about life, dude? What you think, man?
See, man, life is what you make it. It's a struggle, but it's on you. It depends on how you gonna deal with it. You gotta think about every situation. Like, the situation could be worse.
Real. That's facts right there.
But yeah, man. You just gotta stay focused. Stay focused on what you want.
Big facts though. My bad. I had to cut off my living room TV because that shit was probably being heard in the background. But yeah, man, life is what you make it, and you got to make the best out of it, even though shit not easy.
Mm-hmm.
For some folks, it come easy, but for the most part, it's not easy, man. And you got to handle your candle and do what you got to do to be successful, or at least be happy.
Thanks.
In this life in general, right?
For sure, man. There's always gonna be bumps in the road, but it's just how you handle it.
Real talk though.
I'll try to stay focused. Knowing there's distractions.
Yeah, distractions for sure. I mean, one thing in life is, the devil is going to be there to attack, especially for those that's, believe in the Most High. And you try to do the best. Like, it's like the more you try to do better, for the most part, it's going to be more challenging. But the further you over understand, that's a good thing. Like, and that's what comes with the game is when you're doing better, and you breaking the rules of gravity and the rules of law and life, and being different and strong-minded, is going to be challenges. Like, the more stronger you is, the more educated you is, the more spiritual you is, the more godly you is. Sometimes, for the most part, you're always going to have a challenge. The devil is going to be there. He's going to show up for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's no fucking such thing as, oh, you're doing good, woo, 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 and the devil ain't gonna show. Like, cause that's what he paid attention to. He's attacking God's folks, and them folks that's really doing something in life, and that's where you really get tested in all types of ways. Man, it could be fucking anything from your job to your life to your relationship to just the decisions that you make in life in general. Especially if they're positive decisions and choices that you make. Devil is going to be there, and it might not be, it's going to come all type of ways, through folks, through people, through your co-workers, through all types of things. But it's like, what are you going to do to make things better, or to be stronger and overcome these situations, and also understand too, that's just fucking reality. But yeah, we got some people in and out that's tuning in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, comment too. If you want to join the conversation, if you got anything to say, like, we all grown, we all go through issues. We are not perfect. Let me tell y'all that. Like, anybody that listen to this motherfucking podcast, any type of way, before or after or in the middle, ain't nobody no different than nobody else, and ain't nobody perfect. Some people may be doing better than other folks, but who are you to judge anybody? Like, really can't judge nobody unless you fucking God or think you God. think you better than a lot, which it is people out there that think that shit. You know, they think that they better than anybody else, but got their own motherfucking problems in life, you know, whatever the case may be. And all these rich folks, celebrities and shit, got more problems than shit. A lot of us. We think it's good, but it ain't. That shit ain't good. You know. Just for instance, man, like you go back to me and Brooke's show for Music Heads Only, and the stuff that we discuss with these celebrities that is at their high point in life for only a little bit of time. It don't last that long. They got more issues than anybody. And you know, people look at them as if they're perfect and shit, and like they don't make no mistakes, and but everybody make mistakes for sure, and they're definitely going through some dark ass moments, just like with Kanye West. Like I feel he's a spiritual person that just, you know, fights a lot of battles.
Real.
For real stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, you got to just figure out what the fuck you want to do with your life and what's best for you and yours, and you know, your life in general, your soul. That's what it's really about at the end. It's like your soul. Where you going? Born by yourself, you gonna die by yourself. And look, let me tell you this: you go to jail by yourself too. You could do a whole crime with a whole crimey co-defendant, whatever, and you're not gonna end up in the same cell. At the end of the day, you still gonna be by yourself, regardless. You know, that's what people should focus on. You know, themselves. Even like with kids, man, there's some kids that shit, your own kids, you know, that's gonna cost you when they get teenagers and shit. And I mean, it's a hard situation, but what do you do? Try to be the best parent you can. But then again, you know, these kids is about to be grown too. They damn near grown before they even legally grown. And the only thing that's gonna say that they grown is the legal system, their age. They're 18, they grown. And it's like it's some kids that's growner before 18, and then there's some kids that's fucking not grown. Then some kids, your own kids, that'll fuck your life up. Oh shit. I don't know, shit get deep. What's up? We got one person watching. I'm kind of curious to see who you is, man. I know it'll be a lot of people watching. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up, drop a comment or something. Let's see who's watching. Drop a number one for the one person that's watching. I'd be crazy though, man. I'd be doing these shows and there'd be like 3 or 4 people watching, but they don't ever comment. Which I done been in there. Look, they dropped off. Look, we out of here. Yeah, let's get into this. We're finna recap on the live from earlier. Because on my end, I be wanting to say a lot of stuff, and then I'll be watching back and then saying a lot more. So I'm gonna just react with y'all. Exactly how big it was, but I'm pretty.
Like the biggest thing on the TV period type shit. It was bigger than all the soap operas. There was no social media at that time. So that shit was like the biggest thing in history. You know what I mean? When they
Yeah,
say that
I think this might surpass it, man. Just because we got social media, and it's a big deal. I mean, it's a Tupac murder. 27 years old, and it's man. Have you been doing your little homework and stuff, man?
and you know, I've been doing my digging, my poking, my reaching, my reviewing and shit like that. But mostly, for the most part, this is all old ass information that we're just recycling and reiterating and shit like that. You know what I mean? But there's a lot more shit that's
All right, so speaking on what my boy just said, like that is facts right there. This is old information that has been out there for years. Like this man been talking about this shit since 2008. And then so the main question is right now is why? Why now? This man been saying he was responsible or had something to do with this situation for a cool minute.
That's coming out. There's gonna be a lot more shit that's gonna continue to come out every day. They're gonna keep it with something new to talk about to your people. Hey, did you hear about this? Hey, did you hear about that? That's how they gonna run it. This shit might be bigger than the OJ Simpson trial. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it is, man, and it's already going down a loophole, and it's still, I mean, especially now because you got so many people coming out the shadows that got different things to say, and it's still not quite making sense. Well, at least to me, it's not, man. Especially, have you seen the Suge Knight? I guess you could call it an interview or whatever with TMZ.
I heard speculation of some TMZ talk with Suge Knight. You know what I mean? Oh, see, shout out to the modern technology because he brought us right to the clip. Play it for us then.
Let's go ahead and get it. I came a little more prepared this week, man.
Hey.
That no one ever expected to be solved is, of course, a huge step closer to being solved. The arrest in the Tupac Shakur murder, 27 years later, really shocked everyone last week. And we still have questions about why now,
right.
That the police haven't fully explained yet.
Because the man who is now charged with the murder confessed in 2008 that he was involved.
And has been saying it very openly in interviews that he handed the gun to a guy named Orlando Anderson, his nephew. And Keefe's story is that Orlando pulled the trigger and fired the shots into the car, which Suge Knight was driving. Tupac was the passenger.
Tupac was killed and Suge was shot.
Hit but survived. So everyone was wondering what Suge's reaction is to there finally being an arrest in this case. You would think maybe he would be happy that there's going to be justice.
Well, also, and is he going to testify? So I spoke with him a very short time ago, and he is in prison right now. I talked to him when he was on the jailhouse phone and wanted to find out what he felt about the Keefe arrest, and whether he would cooperate in the trial. Tell me what your reaction is to the arrest of Keefe D.
Well, surprise, number one, because I didn't think Keefe D would never get arrested. Nor do I want to see him get arrested. You know, let's get one thing straight, first and foremost. You know, me and Keefe D played on the same Pop Warner football team. And whatever the circumstances, if he had an involvement with anything, if he didn't have any involvement with anything, who want to see? I wouldn't wish somebody going to prison on my worst enemy.
The DA says that Keefe D was in the car with his nephew, and that presumably his nephew, according to the DA, is the one that shot Tupac, and that it was done with the full knowledge of Keefe. Do they have it right?
There was only two people in the car. And Pac not going to tell the story. I ain't going to tell the story, but I tell you this. And I never had nothing bad to say about Orlando because, number one, he wasn't a shooter. Number two, he came to my hearing and told to let me go and told the truth. They still didn't let me go.
If you are called to testify in this case?
I wouldn't be.
Why not?
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Why not?
Well, number one, because I'm not going to.
See, look, man. The whole thing is, why does Suge Knight feel like this? If Keefe D's story is right, why is Suge Knight not agreeing to his own story. Keefe D's story is what I'm saying. Basically going against his words, like TMZ said. Suge Knight is going against Keefe D words. But why, man? Is way deeper than what they're trying to portray over the media. The media is the last motherfuckers that we can trust in general, all the way back from the beginning. It's always gonna anything that's involved with music and high profile cases like this is we're never like probably never gonna get the right information on what really happened. So the question is, why now? Why is Suge Knight saying what he's saying? Why is Keefe D got a whole different story? And one thing about Suge Knight is, man, you know, he's usually pretty 100 and not the type of person that's gonna open his mouth and discuss, you know, really politics like that. And if he does, it's gonna be in circles. It's not gonna be the full truth. It's like everybody's pretty much running circles around this whole case. Even the police, even the feds, man, it's all bullshit. You know, Keefe D been saying this shit been out. You know, so what is the bigger picture? Which we don't know at this point. We never really gonna know until the case is over with. If he gets found guilty and what type of information comes out of this case, which we already know he's running his mouth. So now that he's in a different position and not free, what's really gonna come out? It's a big deal. You would think like a testimony like this would alter the whole case, right? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I know it's not too many people that's up right now, but I know it's a lot of people that's going to go back and watch. But what is really going to come out? What is really the truth? Is we really ever going to know the truth? Probably not. Or probably is so, but that doesn't mean that the justice system is going to acknowledge that. It's kind of confusing, man. It's a big deal right now. All right, so this video is about 5 minutes long, but let's not let too much information get by. So just what you think about that, man? That's a lot of confusion right there alone for him not to be surprised or not even feel no type of way towards Orlando, which was Keefe D's story that, you know, Orlando did it. Which could all be capped too. Like, you know, I mean, just because it came out his mouth don't necessarily mean that was the play, because that could be a whole play alone.
Orlando Brown always denied it. He even did an interview way back then with like 60 Minutes type shit. He said he was a fan of Tupac. I didn't feel Tupac. It wasn't me. You know, we know that they
what do you think? Like,
do with it, you know what I mean? But he always denied it. You feel me? And all this new information about Big D, Big Dre being the shooter. Why now? Why is all this shit coming out now? Is what I'm just curious type shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to the family. They deserve the justice or whatnot. But why now? Type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a good question to ask, which makes it confusing. I think like I think he just knew some information and just kind of like I mean, I don't know, bro. Trying to get his little clout off of it. And then I think it's deeper than what it is, man. And as far as being with Diddy involved and maybe just the music industry in general, because you know Tupac was, you know, on the Illuminati stuff and had a lot of enemies, man. So
yeah, see, Tupac had more friends than he had enemies. The media made it seem like the whole East Coast was mad at Tupac and Death Row and them, but they were secretly locking up the East Coast, the Death Row East Coast. They was signing Craig Mack. They was doing a lot of shit behind the scenes that got stopped. when Tupac was murdered. Like,
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I remember it was Suge Knight. I think what's his name from Texas, from Rap a Lot, and then somebody from New York was trying to do some underground connections, and they
Irv Gotti was trying to start this black distribution company.
Yeah.
Shit. And the feds came and attacked all they guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, the
That's
feds
crazy.
all
I mean, there's still a possibility to you know, the feds could have did it, man. Because just think about it, man. Them people are smart, man. They're gonna sit there and watch you. Deep situation. Let me say, how I really feel, I think it has something. I think it's deeper than what they putting it out there to be. Now, the reason why they putting it out there now is probably they just want motherfuckers to shut up and move on with life. And I think certain people was supposed to do certain things as far as their role in this situation, and was paid maybe to, you know, project a fucking certain what is that shit called? Narrative, should I say.
Hello.
And I think it just was a big ass mess with everybody.
Shit,
you know, because the devil is involved in everything, and it's like, you know, God is gonna work his ways. The truth is gonna come to the light. Anything that's done in the dark is gonna come to the light for sure. And I think that's kind of what we going through, because the Most High is real. So even if it is fucking 27 years later, and then the white man and Illuminati and feds and all that think that they, you know, think they know what they doing and think this shit gonna last forever. Ain't nobody demonic plan is gonna last forever, because God is real and it's all gonna fucking come out, and it's gonna be a big ass mess. Like this right here is a big ass mess. Somebody got to be the downfall. And I really just think that like Keefe D is the downfall to a lot of this shit that's going on, and you know, basically that crash dummy, man, from the beginning. And whatever the fuck is going on now is just, you know, it's how it plays out. When you dealing with them folks, man, especially as a black man, and you dealing with them folks, man, ain't no promises, ain't no guarantees, and they don't give a fuck about you. So eventually, a situation like this with a person like Pop is gonna crash out. Like, you know, the whole situation is gonna crash out itself, and everybody is gonna get exposed. So it's like, what's gonna happen now? I think it's still gonna be bullshit. I think it's still gonna be a lot of misunderstandings. And I don't think the truth is really gonna get out. It may or it may not. But then again, you know, if the truth was to come out, then they need to arrest Diddy. So if they don't arrest Diddy or anybody involved in his camp, then that further tells you that, you know, it's bullshit, which I think it is. I think all these folks was involved, and the stories between the bottom feeders compared to all us black folks and celebrities that's in the game, that does music, that deals with these Illuminati folks and these people that run the world and their whole agenda. We ain't shit to them. At the end of the day, we not shit. If you look at the Illuminati pyramid, like the black entertainment is at the bottom, and it's a small section, which tells you a lot right there that, you know, we really don't mean shit. They need us, but we don't mean shit in reality at the end. And even though we the main focus of fucking everything in life, sports, music, talent in general, it's always a dark side to that, and they're always gonna attack, and it's always gonna be bullshit. And just like, you know, the story of life, the story of Jesus, the story of religion, whatever the case may be, we're never gonna fucking know. And I think that's how it's going to be in this case. I think they're probably just going to wash Keefe D up to try to wrap the whole Tupac story up. And he's the downfall. And no matter what he says or brings to the table, he going to get charged for that shit. And then they're going to hope that the world gives it up. And, okay, Keefe D got charged. He said this and said that. But, man, that don't mean shit. What really happened? That's the question. It's way deeper than anything that we could imagine, especially as people being the people that we is. Like, you know, we just people that's tuned in, that's listening to the media, that's, you know, and don't really know shit. Probably ain't never gonna know shit until you in their circle and you part of their program and you get a little intel, and then they, you know, gonna wash your ass up too. You for years and years and years and wait on any perfect opportunity to do anything and wait for perfect timing. So that would low-key be perfect timing for anybody that was around Tupac in Las Vegas to do that. You know, whether if it was the South Sides or the Feds or, you know, whoever, man.
Yeah, we gotta understand. Tupac was under heavy surveillance around that time. He was fresh out. With the hip hop police was on his ass. He was fresh out of that rape case. You know what I mean? Just for his name, his last name alone, had the FBI following him, his mama, his whole family type shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, hold up. We got some comments. I wasn't even in the comment section. My bad, y'all. I wasn't ignoring y'all. Shout out to Gail, Carol. I'm here trying to share out real fast.
Salute.
Hey, Ray, Sean, and Brooks. I'm back. Shared.
Hello.
Okay, shared this out. Good looking on that. Gail says, I heard years ago he died in a Mexican prison. I don't know exactly who you're talking about. Then Carol says there are so many theories on it. On this, it's crazy. I always thought Suge had his hands in this. I mean, it could be possible on that too. They said Suge was, you know, feeling some type of way towards Tupac starting his own stuff, and look,
that's why he was rushing out all the projects, because he was thinking about his contract. You know what I mean? For sure, he was going to start his own situation. He was going to do a lot of signing of a lot of artists out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was already the hottest artist in the world, man. So
that's kind of the story. Also, with Biggie, supposedly was gonna leave Bad Boy. He was pissed off with Puffy taking advantage of him and shit like that. You know what I mean? Hey, but you see your boy 50 Cent?
Yeah, what he talking about, the lawyer up?
Man, your boy 50 Cent, like, man, you gotta watch it out here. It's crazy out here. That the boy Puff Daddy to kill Tupac. This shit crazy.
Oh no, I didn't hear that one. I seen this little whatever he tweeted. I think it was a tweet or X. I guess it's X now.
It's no defeating the internet. It is no defeating 50 Cent. He is the biggest troll in America. That motherfucker, you cannot untroll that troll.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man, it's a deep rabbit hole for sure, man. Especially we're gonna get back into this, man. And this is half the reason why it gets deep, because you got different people with different information on different sides, and it just makes you think, why would Suge feel like this if these are the people that shot his boy and allegedly shot him, and he's basically saying he got love for him, basically.
Suge always said Orlando wasn't the shooter, because Tupac ain't dead. He always kind of kept that rumor going type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did have an interview that said that too, man. He probably on an island smoking a blunt somewhere.
Hey, hey, but you know, he shouts out to Orlando, because Orlando did get paid to go and testify in Suge's behalf that day. Come to find out, Suge went and identified every person from the mob that kicked Orlando in the face that day. You know what I mean? But Orlando still came to try. You know, if you got that $60,000 payment to say, "Hey, Suge didn't kick me." What you mean? I'm the judge. That's the motherfucker right here. Oh, in 4K, he kicked your ass. I'm watching it. You see it? That's you. That's him. Kick. Yeah, you can't say that. I will appreciate you trying to defend Suge Knight, but he kicked you, and that motherfucker get 9 years type shit. You know what I mean?
So The boy said, we don't appreciate you supporting Suge Knight. Man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I support that nigga, man.
Suge Knight?
He's ruthless, dog. Like, he's just a ruthless motherfucker, homie. Like, he's all about the dollar bill, homie. It's like, you know, they say money's the root of all evil, but at the same time, it's how you go with the money, how you deal with it, like how you portray it. You know what I'm saying? Like, money's not the root of all evil. It's the people that got the money that's the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they do with it is evil. You know what I mean? Or how they do to get it.
Yeah. I mean, but at the, like, money is still, like, on their end, they do, it's all for the money. We on different levels, bro. We not on no level like they is. You feel me? We don't got that type of money, and we not faced with positions to do, to even have them, you know, to even make that decision, you know? Because all the decisions that they make to do phony shit is literally a bag behind it.
Yeah.
And we never been in that position, bro. We never, you know. But so to them, it's all for money, especially with our folks.
Right.
Especially with our folks, like, you know, shit. A lot of us is broke, bro. Didn't come from shit. But at the end of the day, these folks still gotta have rappers and people like us. You know, all these rappers and shit is just like us, bro. They didn't come. For me, look at the rappers that did come from wealthy backgrounds.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much of an impact, like, you know. It's really the grimy street niggas that really came from nothing, being broke, that's put in these situations, which is situations that we ain't fucking been through.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, our opinion could only mean really so much because we haven't been through that shit. Just like what Kanye West said, if it was a new school Bible, he would have his own chapter in there. Like, and I believe it because, you know, like the Bible is based off of people's testimony stories between, you know, God and, you feel me, the spiritual world, man, God and the devil.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know, that Bible shit is I know I believe in it, you know, but it's man written. You know what I'm saying? It's been man written for many years, and, you know, so there's a chapter in the book in the Bible that they took out, and it's mostly meant for Black people. I mean, there's a certain prophet in the book that they done took out. The white man done took out to where if we read that part of the chapter, or a part of that, you know, that part of the Bible, we would be. It will tell you that Black people are the strongest people. That we are the main people where, you know what I'm saying, where everything came from. You know what I'm saying? How do you think back in the days? How do you think motherfuckers in Israel are so dark? You know what I'm saying? You think when the Bible says, "Oh man, his hair was made of wool." It's not what white people don't have wool. You know what I'm saying? The only way they get wool if they don't wash their hair. You feel me? Or and then they said his skin was made of bronze. What white person knows skin made of bronze? Unless they done got a tan, and even if then they don't even turn bronze, bronze color. They turn a reddish, darkish color. You feel me? Now, when you look at your Black person, it's automatically a brown. You know what I'm saying? A brown skin. You know what I'm saying? Like the sun. How do you think these motherfuckers are on the sun every day, homie? Because of that melatonin in their skin. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Which is exactly what they mean by brown skin, bronze skin. It should have said melatonin, but of course they're gonna switch it up. You feel me? And, you know, there's lots more Bibles out there, man. From lots of every religion that believes in God has a book, which is basically a Bible. But that's just what the Bible is what they enforced on us as Americans. And the nation that believes in God, and you feel me, and Jesus and all that. But what about all the other religions, man? It's really only one religion that worships the devil, which I don't even know if it's a name for that, but you just worship the devil.
Satanist.
Yeah, basically you know, you're a Satanist. But as far as religions that worship a God, a positive God, the Most High, is lots of religions. And all them religions face an enemy, which is demonic. So basically, back to the point, is like talking about the Bible. It's just one fucking book out, a lot of books, like, you know, the main book.
A lot of versions. King James.
King James, yeah.
King James.
There's the main Bible, which he wrote the demonic Bible too. No, he didn't write the Quran. I don't know who wrote
the Quran. Is like another Bible with the Muslims, so they do it out loud. You know, it's all the same thing, but you know, it's different. You know, different ways to go about the religion. You know, Muslim, a lot of they fast. You know what I'm saying? They fast for like a week, and just to show them, like just to give their praise to God. You know, they don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But it's all one God. You know what I'm saying? There's not different gods. There's just one individual God that made everything. And you know, that's why people be like, "Oh, I don't believe in God." How you not believe in God when all this shit that's happening? Like, you know, you look at the industry, how do you think, who do you think they're selling their soul to? Like, you know, the devil, or do you think they're selling their soul to a white man, a robot? No, this is really a spiritual warfare, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you think about it, why do you think all these actors be like, oh, I talk to the spirits? Man, that shit is real.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what people fail to understand, because they're not in that situation, so they don't really see the reality of what these folks really go through. That's not us. Like, them folks really go through shit, bro. They real folks with talent that obviously they was made by God, and you know the devil see that. The devil know too. Just like when God makes his folks, the devil is gonna know who his folks is, and that's who he gonna attack. And them be the people that can control the masses in any type of way. Those is God peoples that's just fucking got a lot of temptations, you know?
Yeah. Like, you know, get back to the Kanye West situation. You know, I mean, he was fighting a real warfare, and you know, it's crazy because, you know, most motherfuckers that try to get their soul back end up fucking themselves over, or, you know, end up dead. But I guess he just got some type of relationship with God to it's just like, you know, it's crazy, homie. Like, God is real, homie. Like, you know, knowing that they took all his assets and they banned him from Adidas and all type of shit. You feel me? Like, they took all his endorsements, all that shit, and they froze his account. But that still didn't stop him, you know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact he gave his life back to God, and he really believed that, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about a belief thing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you believe and you feel it, that's what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? The law of attraction, you know what I mean? If you believe that, you know, you're gonna be successful in whatever you do, you won't actually, and you feel that, and you actually make the step towards it, you're gonna be what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, with me, man, I feel like I'm capable of becoming a educated roofer, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just by, you know, the you know, by being blessed, you know what I'm saying, meeting somebody that, you know, that really want to see a motherfucker do good, or just, you know, really trying to educate his people, you feel me? And you know, when you got somebody like that around, you know what I'm saying, it's a blessing, you know what I mean? And that's why I said I speak shit into existence, you know. And you know, somebody told me the other day, you know, I lost my spot. I still got to consider that a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And a lesson learned and move forward from that. You know what I mean? Because nigga could be in a worse position. You know, and I always have faith in the Most High, and that's God, man. And, you know, Jesus Christ, I believe in all that. You know, I came from a pastor. I came from a church. I was a pastor's child. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee if he was still here today, you know what I'm saying, I would not be in a position I am now. I know that for a fact. But, you know, shit happened for a reason. And, you know, I got to move on and live with it. I'm not going to give up. That's for damn sure, because, you know, my mindset is so, I done been in worse positions than I am now. And I done came up out of it. So, storm don't last forever, man.
Yeah, real talk, man, for real.
Piss on that note. Real fast.
And everybody gonna face the issues, man. Especially the more godly that you is, the more you in tune with the Most High. The devil gonna be right there, no matter who you is, a celebrity or a motherfucking regular ass person. It's like, for instance, like, you know, with my roofing business and the small city that I'm in and the influence that I got, on a lot of people's in the position that I'm in to make a better influence, the devil is gonna be right motherfucking there. You know, that shit ain't easy. Face certain shit every damn day, man. Of trying to be a better person, but then the devil right there. To it boils down to your own decisions, choices. Like for instance, on my end, is I know what choices I can make better, or what choices is good, or what choices is not, or what's better for my business and just for my life in general. But I ain't gonna cut, like the devil be there, and it be a battle. Like everything might seem good on the fucking outside, but in reality, that's how it is. That's what social media is, like a platform for that. Like, make shit seem good, but it's not really that, man. You know, it's always a fucking challenge. And the more you with the Most High, man, the more you gonna always challenge shit. Your life is never gonna be easy at all, because that's not what we're here for. We here to fucking live, and I think we here basically to get a relationship with God, and then you die. Now, within your time, if you built that relationship, I guess that's your life, or whatever, however it worked out to be. Then, of course, we got some folks that has an early demise, but they might have had a better connection with God. They was here for a reason. It's like a person like Tupac, or a lot of talented musical people like Nipsey Hussle, Young Dolph, Tupac, and so forth, man, that lived a short life that, we think it was way much more, but that's not life, because we're not here forever. We God gave us a decision from the beginning of life to make your own decisions. Nobody controls your decisions unless probably like you're mentally challenged or something, and that's a whole different story. But if you're not mentally challenged, you have your own decisions. And once you master positive decisions and understand more, it might work out for the better. For the most part, on these celebrities' lives, it's different, man. Suge Knights, these Tupacs, like Tupac, Kanye West. Tupac went through a lot, man, a lot of battles. He just played his position. And he was so young, he knew what was right, but still may have been doing wrong. But then still his influence by these devils in the business that he was in is where we at now today. Perfect example of how dark and deep life can get inside or outside of music or entertainment. They just on a higher pedestal when it comes to a spiritual battle like that than we are. But at the end of the day, we on the same battle. We go to work, or we got to listen to this music or deal with kids and still make the wrong decisions in life that still get us where we at now, to where we could probably be more further, more successful. But like, what is successful and what is further to a lot of people? Is it financially gain, or is it spiritually gain? Or it could be both. You could be spiritually, in that realm, and still have finances. And sometimes God will bless you like that. And then sometimes it just depends on where you come from too. And that's considered a curse. A curse could be good, a curse could be bad. Your parents could be rich and you born into this world rich financially. You might not be rich at soul, or it could be vice versa. You just never know. Everybody's lifestyle is different. Everybody go through different things. Everybody face different battles. And not one person in this fucking world, this is what I feel, not one person in this world is going to fight the same battle as you. Everybody's life is different, spiritually or physically. Now, spiritually, it you know that shit could go all type of ways, man. You know, like for instance, with me, I feel I'm a spiritual person that was just blessed to be a spiritual person, and I feel any spiritual person is blessed to be a spiritual person. And sometimes it's some lost souls out there that's still spiritual and saved because of fucking curses. It takes two people to have a kid. And whatever position they is in at that time to have a kid is going to result into the outcome of that kid, that child that's eventually going to become an adult and, you know, be in the same position as them to repeat the motherfucking process unless you breaking that family curse. But for the most part, it's the same as curse from the beginning of life, especially as being a black person. And let me say this too, man, on my channel, like when we discuss races, it's not nothing to be racist. It's just reality. And reality is, you know, I guess it has something to do with race, colors. Um, you know, the 13 families that run the world, and none of them is black. And that's just reality, you know, what black folks went through and what we still go through. We're still a target. A lot of people is a target nowadays. Even, you know, folks outside of, you know, black folks. But it's gonna come to a point like that in life to where it doesn't really matter. It does matter still because black folks is always gonna be a target, you know. Black folks is black folks, man. Very talented, very strong, very different, and we are very watched by the world, watched by a lot of people, and always under attack. And that's just the reality of it. From slavery, shit up into now, modern day slavery, like just doing music and promoting the wrong shit is slavery. Even if you're getting paid and you still living a good life, but it's still fucking slavery. It's modern day slavery. Shit is different from back in the days, but it's the same shit. It's just more technical. It's still destruction at the end of the fucking day. That's gonna lead on to other races, like, you know, the influence. Black people fucking up, shit, everybody else gonna fuck up. But yeah, real talk though, man. For those that's gonna go back and listen, shit, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. This is After Hours, just a little test, man. I just did this for fun. I've seen a couple people going in and out, you know, hitting, you know, tapping in. Might have listened for a minute or so, but it is what it is. Just make sure you hit that thumbs up. And man, shit, I think that's about it. Even though I didn't go through the whole video of what I did earlier, but you know, it's a lot of good information, man. And that's what we're here for. My channel is you do have a voice no matter what we started from, no matter what I'm doing now, no matter what I want to do, is everybody has a voice on this channel. And it's about the real, it's about life. I'm not nobody that could really preach. Probably could teach, but I ain't here for the preaching. I'm just here to talk about my life experience and what I think about life and what I think, you know, my opinions on what's going on. There's a lot going on in general, so it's not wrong to speak about, because ain't too many people gonna fucking speak up, especially nowadays, because they be scared too, which ain't shit to be scared of, you know. The only thing to be scared of is you might not make it. I want to be a YouTuber, man. I want to get paid off of YouTube, but then again, I'm not gonna hold nothing back. So keep it 100. You feel me? Might not make it. Shit. That's just how the game is. That's how it goes. Start speaking that real shit. Start speaking life. Hey, they gonna blackball you. They don't want that shit. But that don't mean give up. That don't mean don't speak up on it. That don't mean don't speak up on the Most High. And let me say this real quick before I end it. I said this plenty of times before. It's like what made me really believe in God is fucking evil. Honestly, like seeing all the evilness around the world and seeing that the devil really exists and that people, that's really the enemy, and people, do music and entertainment and Hollywood and all that stuff over demonic shit. If like that's real, the devil is real, all that shit is real. So that's not natural in my body. That's not how I feel. So it got to be something, it's something else, and that something else is God. If the devil exists and he's, God exists too, the Most High. I don't really be getting too deep into religion and all that because at the end of the day, we don't know shit. We don't know God's name. You feel me? We could read these Bibles and read these Qurans and all that shit, but it's all in your feelings. Your feelings is positive for the most part. It's a God, it's a creator, but it's only so much information that we know. And guarantee you, these folks, these devils, then hid all types of information that will ever get us to the truth about aliens, about Jesus, about God. All that shit is in the Vatican, stored in underground facilities that they control the oxygen and they control everything to keep these documents and artifacts alive and hidden from us, or it was probably destroyed. But at the end of the day, is like we're never gonna fucking know. We can't prove shit, but what's in our heart, what's in our feelings, and that just goes like for anything, with life, with music, a lot of situations that we go through, but just life in general. It's like, what do we really know about life? We don't know shit. We know that a lot of shit a lot of false information has been provided to us. A lot of dreams has been sold to us. There's been a lot of demonic shit. But what about the real proof? Like somebody got to know the proof. Why it's not there? It don't make no sense. Think about it. There's no way throughout history that the truth on why we hear and how we hear is not there. But yeah, man, it's something to think about. We already an hour in. This little after hours. This is a little test run. A little one person that's watching. You might be a big person. I don't know, or a medium person. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe. Right, Sean, keep with 100. The how I be feeling, it's like, man, I love to make money off of YouTube. Where it's like, man, probably the person that I am will probably never really get where I want to be because I'm always go back to, I ain't finna hide shit or how I feel. I don't know if it's, my feelings and thoughts is real or not, but that's just how I feel. I ain't never gonna know until I die. Maybe when I die, I might know the truth about a lot of shit. Shout out to Alicia Keys. She playing in the background. Caused me so much pain. Hey, you remember when she first came out, bro?
Oh, yeah, she was hard. She came out with
What with that? I think this was it. That Falling. Yeah, this is it.
On the piano, I know.
Yeah, this is her first song right here. Oh, Falling. She killed that shit. Shout out to Alicia Keys, though, man. Hey, it's crazy that I fucking like before all this shit started coming out, I changed my profile to Suge Knight, which is not really surprising because I don't know, a lot of people be calling me Suge Knight, even though I don't think I look like the nigga, but I got his features like bald head, big and beard, like So I understand. But I changed my shit like 2 months ago to Suge Knight, and then I always wanted to be Suge Knight for Halloween. This year I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna get the Death Row chain. I'm gonna get the red shoe. I already got the shoe. Give me a cigar. It'll be Suge Knight for Halloween. I'm gonna do a live too on Halloween. Suge Knight. Let's get it though. What's happening? Crime Passions. Hello everyone. Hello to you. Peace and blessings. Where you come from, Crime Passions? You done caught us on the after hours. It was good with you. Peace and blessings. Talk to us. What you think about this whole Tupac situation in Keefe D? Still true crime within hip hop. What you think? Crime Passions, you there? Top of the AM. What's going on? We need some comments up in here. Once again, this ain't nothing special, y'all. It's just after hours, just my backup channel sent by LC Justice for Victims. Okay. So what's your original channel? I'm just barely getting started back up in, the YouTubing. I know a lot of my peoples is from the true crime community in different areas with missing kids, especially, that's where it started from. So, which let me explain this, man, since people is listening, and I know people is going to go back. And I know a lot of my peoples is from where the boys, true crime community, missing persons. That's where I started from. And I came from the boys case. I had a little dumbass situations in the beginning, and I kind of entertained that for a minute, and then I see Justice for Victims, my main channel. Okay, that's what's up, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. Where are you tuning in from? But yeah, so now that like the boys' case is over and stuff, and I'm already on this YouTube. I'm just trying to do what I love, which is music. Talk about music and also true crime music too. So I guess I could kind of mix both, because a lot of shit in music is true crime. It's like anytime some breaking news come out with hip hop or rap is like true crime. Like, somebody getting shot. This is, for instance, the Tupac, that's true crime. So it kind of like, works out perfectly. Even though that's like, not the only thing that I do want to talk about. I want to talk about other things, We'll talk about whatever. You do got a voice. We talk about whatever here. You told have a voice when come panel You told Have Voice when come up panel was. You got to retype that comment, fam. You told Have Voice when come up panel, West Boys. You do have a voice? So Crime Passions, what you on now? Like, what do? You still YouTubing or what? And then since you hear, like, how you feel about that whole outcome with the boys, we could talk about that. For those that don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody knows. We discussed West Cowboys. Okay. So what you feel about, have you been keeping up with the case or what? What you think about the case? What y'all think about the case? I got some information to share on that too. I haven't really spoke up on it because I was supposed to do a live, but I never made it to that live. All right, yeah, you came up and discussed the boy's case. Okay. And we talked after. I do remember the name Justice for Victims, but like, at that time, man, it was, so many people that was involved in the boy's case. It's a lot of people. It was a lot of people hitting me up. It was just a lot. That's why I had to just back out. And integrity for the case too. Like, it was so much drama and shit to where the real folks just wanted justice for the boys. And it just became too much drama. And for the real folks, nobody wanted to deal with that drama on YouTube and steady go back and forth with Bennies and people like that. And it's like, we really out here trying to find some missing kids. And, it's just so much speculations and negative people. And you told me Have Voice, told do my homework. I don't know if you're on your phone or your voice typing, but you're speaking in like broken messages. So you got to retype your messages. Just relax a little bit. I'm not going nowhere. We can talk about it though. I set my bedtime for like 1 o'clock, so we good. We could talk about it. It's after hours. We talk about whatever. Ain't really no topic. But we could definitely, we could get into that. It's pretty much open game now. The case is closed. They got sentenced. So that's kind of what I've been waiting for. What everybody's been waiting for, as far as if you notice, like nobody has really did no interviews or nothing like that, because it just came to that point where doing interviews and doing the YouTube and all that shit is like, at first it was to spread the word, and that's pretty much it. Then after that, it's like only so much you could really talk about until the case was over. So those that really cared just had to be quiet, basically, on social media. And that's one reason why I stopped doing a lot of YouTubing on the boys. Like, it's not just because I gave up or nothing. It's just, it was the best thing to do, But now it's a whole different story. We could pretty much talk about whatever, because it cannot affect the case, because the case is over. They got sentenced to the maximum. And let me tell y'all this information. As far as what I know, they got 15 years to life, which was the maximum, plus 4 years which they are eligible for parole, but if they do not snitch or confess within these 19 years, then they will continue to face life. So either way it goes is going to be, some type of justice, because the family still needs a proper closure, which they do not have. And I fully understand them. They don't feel like they have closure. They don't feel like justice is all the way served. A lot of justice was served, but there's still a lot more to go. There's still the bodies that need to be found, and they need to be charged for for the other body. And the bodies need to be found in general. And the family, everybody still need answers. But now it's open game to talk about anything involving that case, because of it's over with now. We don't have to protect ourselves no more. There's nothing that anybody else can try to do to stop that case, as far as these weirdos on the internet, like Benny, and people that tried to talk bad on boots on grounds, and the family members and everybody that had nothing but good intentions to find these boys. Yeah, so now we could talk about all that. And then another thing with Benny too is, like, I stopped saying his name because it was just bullshit. But just on the whole point of Benny, man, it's like definitely a person that does not deserve to be anything he with YouTube, with anything involved with missing kids, man, at all. He's not a solidified person. So all them folks out there that think that he was trying to do something good for any one of these missing kids, I'm not even gonna say nothing bad about y'all, but I'm just say absolutely had no clue of who this person really is, compared to people that really do care, and people that really was there in every situation. A man ain't caused nothing but damage to all these cases, starting off with the boys case, from a person that was just a YouTuber from out of state, and also the opposite race that really should have just not did anything that he did. And also a person that always defended. Now it's proof that he defended murderers. So now that these folks got charged of murder, he was a person that defended these folks. I mean, so that tells you a lot about a person right there. Even if it's just misjudgment, then you shouldn't be on YouTube defending kids in any type of way, or try to act like you do and trying to solve anything if your judgment is not right, or your profession is not right, or you don't know what to do in situations like this because it's just not right. You're not right, never been right, and probably not going to get right. And probably still not fucking doing right. Well, yeah, man, the world needs to know that about that, man, because I've been through a lot, man. All I was a, honest person, a Kyle City citizen that's been a citizen for multiple years, that just happened to stay in the next neighborhood next to where the boys came up missing. And it just was a day one searcher. And that was my intentions from the jump, before YouTube, before reward, before any of that. And the only reason I started YouTubing is because of that man was doing whatever he was doing and attacked me and said I was related to the boys. I said I was doing all types of stuff, doing cocaine in front of the boys' house, and just all types of weird shit before even being a real person, right? That care about kids, or they care about the situation, or they care about the other victims, the family members that got to deal with this situation. Like, couldn't even reach out, and figure out the real. And I don't know what that man is doing now. I really don't care. I don't even know if he's still YouTubing. I don't even know if he's still trying to be a victim's advocate. But I'm just speaking on my behalf on dealing with this dude and just how it wasn't cool, wasn't necessary, and it was just bullshit. Really altering with people that really wanted to make a change and do something and just try. Like on my end, I didn't know none of the family. I didn't know nothing besides two little boys missing in my city that I was raised in, and then just ironically, happened to be in the next neighborhood right behind me, and just just got attacked on YouTube by this fucking dude, which is stupid all at the end, man. And it's like, damn, you're a grown ass man. You're really scooped that low for views and clicks and also money, because the more views and clicks that you get, you're going to get paid off that shit. Especially when you monetize and then you got fucking people that's following you that think you solidified and sending you all types of money and shit. And then in reality is you ain't doing shit. You're not, I don't know, man. It's a long story. Eventually, I'm probably do like a whole little thing on that situation, man, just discussing that. Because it is, something to talk about now. Now we could talk about it. Something that needs to be talked about. LC, Justice for Victims. This is my backup channel, Spotlight on Victims, Spread Awareness. So LC, like, what's going on now? Now I remember you. Now I see the LC Justice. Now I know who I'm talking to. But how you feel about just, all this true crime? I'm like, since I stopped covering the boys on YouTube, just because like that was the best thing to do in profession and integrity for the case. And also like, what the family was doing and everybody else was doing out of respect. Like, how do you feel, now that it's over and you seen all the bullshit that happened with, the whole situation. And also like, it was other cases that came out after the boys that certain people was involved in that was just bullshit. And then I still feel there's people out there that still like, that still don't see the truth, or, still will fuck with Benny because he was just so the fuck out of missing children and their families. Still, like, that shit weird, man. That shit weird as hell. I'm still doing it for victims. That's what's up. I still like it. This is my intentions to do this shit, but it just happened, and I'm down to do it because it's a positive cause. And but yeah, man, crazy situation. But yeah, shout out to anybody that's still, supporting the victims out there, man, especially missing kids and missing adults. Anybody that's missing at hand, they're still missing. And it's still families out there that's hurt and that deserve answers. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. They gave justice for West Cowboys, but other victims spread awareness. Yeah, and that's where it starts from. Like, I feel a lot of this stuff started a lot of the true crime community with missing kids. A lot of people came from the West Boys, including people like Benny and Doug. even though they might have already had a platform, but that's what catapulted them to a next level, and they took advantage of that shit. And that's where other people like us, man, got to stand up and, stand up, in the right way. Bully breakers. Bully breakers. But I know for sure, like, I never forget, that whole situation, man. Dealing with that dude, and man, boy, that shit was so stressful, and all the false accusations, and just the fact I really couldn't believe that it was people out there that would do some shit like that. Like, you know? Let me say this though, man. Shout out to all my folks out there, man, that originally from the channel that know where it started from. And for reals, man, because it takes real good hearted people to even care. Real talk. Especially as a person that's like, from Cal City and seen a lot of this shit go on firsthand, like with the boys and just being local and being involved in it. And just going through that whole 2.5 years of, wanting justice from 2020 to 2023. It's been a long fight. It's been a long battle. And then like in my city, it put me even in a better position just with law enforcement, even though like I wasn't a troublemaker and shit. I was the most perfect person, but just like for instance, like with Hightower and shit, man, which he is now like chief of police. Like I just seen him the other day at an event, because he's been doing a lot for the city, man, since he became chief of police. So it was an event that they threw at the park, and just chopped it up real briefly about the situation, and I asked him, what he think about the sentencing, and he the one that gave me the information on that they got the maximum, even though that was already out there. We all know that. But then he the one that told me, like, if they don't confess within 19 years or whatever, then they're not going to be able to get out. So, at the end of the whole deal, somebody gonna have to tell they want to be eligible for parole in 19 years or 15 years, whatever the case may be. A lot of people out there is thinking that, they're going to get out on good time and they're going to parole and all that. Nah. And I'm not saying this like it's 100% facts, but it's actually information that, fucking chief of police told me is when they, the first thing that they gonna have to do when they get to parole, if they want to be eligible for parole, is give a confession. So that was kind of good news to hear too on that situation, like, because is needed. I don't know exactly how the family feel because it's a tough situation. I'm pretty sure they want everything. They want the confession and they want them to be in jail for life. But if they had to make a decision, like, hey, this person gonna tell this and where the bodies is at, but they eligible to get out for parole in this amount of years, I really don't know exactly how they feel on that. Which is a tough decision because it's like, it's like, even if the family was to accept that, it's like, is that really closure at the end? So it's, in reality, I don't really think they ever gonna get closure. They might get a little bit closer, but to get 100%, it's probably not gonna happen. But then again, okay, so when Hightower told me that, right, and this was literally like within the last week. I'm thinking if they do confess, then they admit into the other murder. So they would still have to be charged for that, right? So it's like a catch-22. And then that could be bad too, because if they might know that, right? Or we're not going to tell because then that's going to bring up the other murder, so they might never tell. But no telling, man. You know, like I said, I don't really know exactly what the family wants. So thank you for giving me opportunities with you. Oh yeah, no problem. So, I was here for everybody, man. Anybody that stood for the right thing, I supported it. And thank you, at the same time for just helping out and supporting the whole movement in general. Do you have court documents or are they still sealed? No, I don't have no court documents at all. Kind of like, once I was told, just what everybody was on before the sentencing and the verdict and all that, just pretty much, just watch, from the outside, and not do no interviews, not speak up on it, don't do no YouTubing on it. Just let the ball flow and let the people do what they need to do. So I kind of like slowed down, basically, is what I'm saying. I just was just watching. I went back to this, like, just watching and stuff and just waiting, for where we at now. But as far as court documents, I just watched what I could, when they was going through the situation. But yeah, no, I don't. But why you ask that? What makes you ask, do I have court documents? Which I know, like, people that's really into the YouTubing and really deep into this stuff, they go out there and do them type of things and get all information possible to prove, what they're saying and stuff. But everything that I'm speaking on is just, stuff that I know personally or, from the family or stuff that I've seen in court. And then, I did listen to most of the audio while they was in court. So that would be the same thing that would be on the court documents, correct? And then as far as them being sealed, I'm not too sure. I think their main concern about the documents being sealed was just for during the court process, because it was such a high profile case. And I think the only reason, if they just say if, I'm not too sure if they sealed or not, but if they was sealed, it's probably because it's still somewhat an open case. Like, it's not fully closed yet. Well, yeah, the audio was live, so I didn't record no audio because we wasn't supposed to. I didn't, do none of that. I didn't even record it just for my own purposes, like, without releasing it. I didn't do none of that. So I don't have I think the links for the audio was that one-time thing when they're in court and they're live, and that's it. And then once you go back to the link, it's nothing to play. But I'm pretty sure eventually, all that stuff is documented. It's going to come out. Because for the most part, it usually does. It's just, during the process, they try to protect the case as much as they can. And then again, even though you wasn't supposed to record the audio, there's still folks out there that did that shit. That's gonna release it eventually. I'm pretty sure now they probably can't get in trouble because it's over with. But I guarantee you, it's people out there that did that shit. Was you listening to the audio when it was going on, or you didn't get a chance to? Is that why you asking, or what? And also to go back to your third message, says you got them delivered to you. No, didn't listen. Oh, okay. So the documents that you're talking about is the actual audio from court that you got sent to you. It was like written format. Didn't know channel. Yeah, well, it wasn't on the channel. The only audio that was played live during court was on the actual court page through a link that they provided to the public for the live court process. So any channel that that did put that shit up there, they wasn't supposed to. And it was one lady out there that did that shit, but then everybody had got on her head because that could have messed up everything at the time.
No, I don't got none.
Hold on real quick, y'all. I gotta take a little bathroom break. Like 1 minute, I just gotta piss real quick. LC, don't go nowhere. All right, y'all. I'm back. But yeah, man, crazy situation, man. Shout out to everybody that was involved in that situation. I got justice, you feel me? We all played a part in that. So LC Justice, what's going on, man, in this whole true crime community? Because I've been gone. Give me some rundown on some things, man. What's going on with Summer Wells? I know we had the cash case going on. Shit, Benny has, or what is he doing? I hope he not still trying to be involved in missing kids. Let me know. Talk to me. Well, I mean, it's always been dramatic from when I first got introduced. I got introduced into the drama, and it's been dramatic. Like everything that I've seen from the people that I know, even half the people I know, I'm not even gonna say all the people, because even some people on this side was a little bit dramatic. And look, let me keep it 100 though. Let me keep it a book. At least part of my name, right? So I keep it 100. Like now that I look back, it's like, damn, I participated in that shit. Even though I was new and stuff, but as you get older, you know, you look at things different. I'm like, damn, man, I really entertained a lot of that shit, but I entertained it without even really knowing like what I was getting myself into. And even though it's self-defense and defending the boys and the family and shit, but it's like now as a profession, I wouldn't do that again. Like, you know, I would just ignore a person because it's a real serious situation that a lot of people don't really seem to understand how serious that shit is. Like, you know, because you're supposed to be a victim's advocate, but it's more than just, you know, the missing. You know, the families and stuff is victims too. And you can't just really advocate for a missing kid, a missing child without advocating for the family. And then if you really don't know what's going on, then shut the fuck up. Like, you know, it's none of your business to really get involved because it's just not the right thing to do. You know, it's not nothing to play with. First of all, it's kids missing. It's a real serious situation. And motherfuckers want to play games and shit with families and you know, people that's already going through enough. They're already going through their family missing, and then got to deal with the negativity on YouTube and all this stuff. And everybody is supposed to care, which don't make sense because if you really care, you wouldn't act a certain way. And until you know the right information, like, you know, hopping into a case and just accusing the family and this and this and this and this and defending the actual monsters, definitely not the right thing to do. Definitely unprofessional and definitely just a careless act, should I say, a negative act. But yeah, man. No, you didn't fight with Creator. We'll have to reword that, LC. No, you didn't fight with Creator. What exactly you mean by that? I think I kind of understand what you're saying, but you're gonna have to reword it because I really didn't try to fight with nobody. Like with Benny, it just really just sparked something, you know, because of the bullshit that he was on. And it's like, you know, any other creator that was already here before me, like, didn't really want to deal with his bullshit. And it's like somebody had to fucking stand up to him and you know, go toe to toe. I hate that I had to be the person to do it, but once he attacked me and, you know, made them allegations against me, it's like, man, I had to get to YouTube and defend myself. Like, you know, because that was 5 or 6 months in after the boys was missing when I started YouTubing because of him. Like, a lot of people came to me about YouTubing and stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm cool because I don't want the wrong image to make it seem like I'm trying to get any type of monetary gain off this situation when that was never even my intentions to even fucking be a YouTuber, especially not off of missing kids, like, you know, which is nothing wrong with it. Like, you know, it's nothing wrong with being an advocate for missing children. Which that's why I do it now. But in the beginning, that's like, you know, I was telling people like, no, I'm cool. I'm not gonna do this. Like, you know, it's just too much shit without even knowing it, Benny, or knowing that, you know, it was just a feeling on why I didn't want to do it. Like I said, it was 5, 6, 7 months in when I started YouTubing because, you know, he dropped that video. But it crossed my mind, like, just to get the right information out there about the boys, because I was a day one searcher, and, you know, right there in the neighborhood, and being from Cal City and seeing a lot of things that the world didn't really know. And the world, you know, they wanted to know at the same time, but I was, you know, I'm cool. YouTube Streets is fighting with creator accounts instead of spotlight on victims. Yeah. Which is really selfish, you know. Just like, for instance, like, look at what I went through, and look, and multiple people in the boy situation went through. So where we just stopped. You know, at the end of the day, it's not worth being a YouTuber and going through all this shit, because it's more bullshit than real shit. So a real one just not gonna deal with it, you know. But the other people is, you know, like, this just the boys case, and Benny and other people should show the world on how it should go, and who, you know, like, who's here for the real and who's not. Because this is a perfect example of what can happen and what does go down in this fucked up ass community that's supposed to be surrounded around missing kids. Like, that's fucking sick, man. You know, it's just sick that people would even go that extent to fucking get $1. And then not even that, get $1 and not even do shit, but entertain their own sorry ass life and, you know, bullshit they got going on. Like, Benny Keys making $100,000 allegedly, let me say that, off of making $100,000 off of the Summer Wells case and not doing nothing at all. It was like, how would you even accept $100,000 to do anything? You're not a professional. You're a wicked ass motherfucker, bro. And anybody else that follow that same situation, like, you know, it's no reason why you should be on the internet every day talking about the same old case when there's no information and there's nothing new coming out besides your own monetary gain. And then if you do that shit, I mean, hey, do what you do, but you're just not a real person. You're not solidified and shit. Definitely do not need to be representing missing kids or acting like a victim's advocate. Like, what the fuck? Summer Wells, Utah Wells parents on panel stream with creators. Yeah, that shit weird too. Because I know if my child missing, I'm not finna bicker back and forth with any of these motherfucking YouTubers that ain't doing shit. And then once I notice, it's like, say, for instance, right? You innocent, and then you just trying to get help on YouTube and deal with these creators, and then you notice bullshit, like, get the fuck on. Like, why would you want to, like, your kid is missing, why you want to deal with these motherfuckers in general at all? Why would you want these people to represent you? That's like, you go to court, right? And then, like, let a motherfucker go to jail and they got a lawyer that's acting like that. They're not going to have that lawyer represent them. But you will have a YouTuber try to represent and be a fucking advocate. Like, what the fuck? Even all this shit that I did, like, even though it's considered advocating, but I don't consider myself an avatar. No, an advocate, you know? Like, it's just because professionally, I'm not a fucking advocate. And professionally, I don't do that. I just did it because of my situation. That's it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check you out. And look, for those out there, I'm open to do interviews. Whatever, man. On anything with the boys' case. Now, we could talk. All I could do is just tell my story. It's gonna be the same fucking story from the beginning. But like I said, I shut that shit down for a minute for respect and integrity for the boys' case until we got answers. Which we always got closer and closer to. So the closer we got, like the less we had to talk. And then when it comes to the boys, like, for those that know, I always go through Roro with anything I do. So yeah, exactly, LC. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Unless, I mean, it kind of go both ways. It's like a catch-22, but it's kind of obvious too. It's if you feel the parents had something to do with it, you still want to hear their story. And then, honestly, as a YouTuber, I mean, it could go both ways. You still could play. You could play a role just to get their testimony that might be used against them. You could feel their bullshit and not deal with them, or it could go either way. But common sense is to do what's right. Not clout chase and not do what Benny did, basically, and his followers and everybody else. But yeah, I don't know if you answered this question yet. So, like, what is he doing now? Is he still doing it? Like, is he still trying to be a victim's advocate? Because honestly, I could say I ain't seen no Benny nothing in about a year, over a year. Came to a point in my life I just stopped. Didn't matter no more. You said send you the link so you could come up and talk. Well, I'm gonna post a link anyways, just in case if that's what you did mean. But yeah, let me put this story out here real quick. It is a missing gentleman out here. He's a little bit older, and his family has been looking for him over a little bit less than a month. I don't think it reached a month yet. But he has been missing in small old Cal City for a couple days. Said he walked to Dollar General, and that's one of his usual routines, and has been missing. And, seems like only the family is promoting his disappearance. So, of course, the situation happening from my city, I try to promote as much as possible. But yeah, so I'm gonna spread some more information on that on my channel in regards to his disappearance or any updates, But he did come. He and it's kind of weird now to think about it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera off now. I don't have a picture on this device. I'm not on my regular device that I normally am using. But to update you, the YouTube streets has pretty much been dramatic. As far as BK goes, yeah, he's up on there, but he's not advocating too much on the kids as much as he's digging dirt up on creators now.
Oh, you trying to be like a 1090 Jake or something?
Yeah, and he's on TM's channel more than he is on his own channel.
I don't even know who TM is.
Tiffany Marie's channel.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
But anyways, yeah, so that's the update on that.
Most likely somebody that's bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. She's digging up dirt on trying to
I
figure out
mean,
someone else's facts.
it either goes two ways. Like if you deal with Benny, it's either like you're bullshit or you don't really know what he's about. I mean,
That's why when I heard your story and another creator's story, I blocked that. So I wouldn't have no contact with that.
yeah, I mean, like as you should. There's only common sense. Like if you're here for the kids and you see somebody, you know, fucking do what they do in situations like this, then you know that's all it takes. It's like no second chances on that. Like you know, you can't come into this community and do shit like that and expect a second chance, because it's like that's something that should be naturally from the heart. And if it's if it's naturally from the heart when you start, then you're not gonna do no shit like that.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Doug Thanks is gone with his channel because he made an oopsie on his channel and someone took him down.
Yeah, but that all was, they both was bullshit in the boys' case. Like, so it's only a matter of time. Like, it's only a matter
There's
of
other
time.
channels that's dropped as well. There's other creators that's dropped off of the grid, off their channels. Nana's Angels passed away, a lady that was working on Summer's Wells' case, in depth and inside. But right now, law enforcement hasn't gave any updates on any prior things. But the Wells has made plenty of panel hopping and gave a lot of excuses for what their actions is. So yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, you doing a late night hour, you're not catching the mirror draft of creators coming in and trying to take you. And I ain't one of them. I'm just saying they would. Well, the boys is done been settled. The justice is done been served. Move on. No, justice is not settled. They're in jail and they're serving their time. But we still need to figure out where the boys is to properly bury them now.
Yeah, exactly. And they still got to get convicted of another body. But yeah.
So yeah, I did my homework, and Crime and Passions is my second channel that I'm setting up, and it's going to be a spotlight for the parents to come on board to talk about their missing kids. That way I don't, and I'm following your lead a little bit, but I'm also following another creator's lead. That what I worked so hard to do my channel and have a voice. If I have one of them that wants to tell me I don't know what I'm doing on my channel, they can knock that channel down and I can still have my original. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just got to kind of like naturally just go with the flow and just make sure you're always in communication with the family. And even if you like just say you can't get in communication with the family, just, just keep everything respectful, because at the end of the day, they're victims too, and they, it's equally, their kids is missing.
Well, the case that I just finished is a heartbreaker. Jimmy Dees' case, we've been working on it hard and heavy, and I worked with the family personally, outskirts of YouTube. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, 15 years ago, 16 years ago, 17 years ago, 18 years ago, 19 years ago, 20 years ago, 21 years ago, 22 years ago, 23 years ago, 24 years ago, 25 years ago, 26 years ago, 27 years ago, 28 years ago, 29 years ago, 30 years ago, 31 years ago, 32 years ago, 33 years ago, 34 years ago, 35 years ago, 36 years ago, 37 years ago, 38 years ago, 39 years ago, 40 years ago, 41 years ago, 42 years ago, 43 years ago, 44 years ago, 45 years ago, 46 years ago, 47 years ago they only found a certain amount of bones, a wallet, bank cards, condoms, and I ain't trying to make that sound bad. I'm just telling you what was found and everything. And the mother can still not get answers. She went to a meeting and they told her to leave the meeting. It wasn't about her children. So yeah, I'm working with her case as well still. I'm working on Durante Martin's case where he was murdered in the attic. I'm going deep dive. I'm using my voice and I'm going deep dive, and I'm not shying away. I'm not scared of any creators or anything, but yeah, I took a lot of advice watching a lot of these creators, and ones that can't fall in line got blocked. Because it's not about the creators. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the victims and what they're going through until they're returned home or returned back to proper situations. Meaning if law enforcement's involved, proper situations from there without tampering with the case.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's just doing the
And
best
yeah,
that
you're still I'm telling people to come to your channel, but a lot of people is like not listening to me anymore like they used to, because I'm not on the bigger creator channels anymore. And I dropping my link into any chat live streams of my own anymore, because I'm doing what I need to do. Have a voice to spread the awareness, study the case, research, do my homework, come on the channel, do what we agree to. And you're still a part of my group page on Facebook as well, unless you left it. I don't know. But I hope you have it for the
Yeah, no,
MOC crew.
I ain't left too much shit unless it's like bullshit, but
It's still up and running. I even still have my community page, my fan page. The point of perspective of putting cases up. I've seen a lot of people has left my group chats, and I'm like, okay, fine, y'all leave. You're the ones that's going to flounder when you can't find the story properly, because you're going to lose. And I'm going to still keep growing because I am who I am, and I don't buck up because someone don't like me.
yeah, as long as you're doing the right thing, then you solidify. Just always got to remember how sensitive it is with doing this type of, with covering
And then I'm
this type of
covering
stuff.
another case,
Because
that's
look,
off a TikTok account.
in reality, it is really victims advocates out there that really go to school and really study how to deal with these type of situations and talk about these situations, and it's like
I
protocols,
don't have. Congratulations to all that's got bachelor degrees, college degrees, all the degrees in the world. But when you live in the real world, you don't need a degree to know when someone dies and you go to a funeral, and instead of you talking to your family, you're saying goodbye to your loved one. And you don't need to go around people who sits there and talks about everything under the weather and not talk about the missing. And especially if you start the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just where it comes to your own decisions on.
So I run with my gut feeling.
Yeah.
I don't have a degree, and I'm not trying to be an advocate like that degree standards, but I have a voice. I'm a citizen. I know where I stand. I know what the laws are before I go into these cases. I study what is going on around about with other channels just to see a dialogue of it. But I go with my gut instincts, and it's not about me. It's about a child that's 0 months to 17 years old. And then beyond that, adults all the way up to silver alerts. It's not our agenda to fix what's happening. We're supposed to be awareness only.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to have a degree or anything. Like, you just, just know your position, man, and be respectful. That's pretty much it. It's just being respectful, knowing your limits.
And then you said a few minutes ago, I was on Crime and Passions, that if your kids went missing, you wouldn't bring it to YouTube. If you did bring it to
Wait, what you say?
YouTube, I
Wait,
would
run that back.
cover your story based on what you want.
Wait, what you
Rashad.
say? Run that back.
What did you not hear? The
What
whole thing?
you said? No, you said what I just said a couple minutes ago. Start back from that.
What you said is if your children, talking about your little boy, your little girl, and
Yeah,
your family there, that
yeah,
I watch a lot of your live stream videos that you cover on the Facebook account.
yeah,
If either one of them went missing on your part, I would run to you to figure out what's the story and how you want to cover it. But I would cover it as the parents' wishes, not as
yeah,
what I think I need to jump on a YouTube channel to get broadcasting time.
yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
YouTube streets are doing right now. Is everybody is jumping on cases to get broadcasting time and money and this and that. And I'm sorry, you could give me $100 to thank me for this case, but I would hand it right back to you and say I don't want it because it's not about the money. It's about the human being being $0. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's facts. And sometimes
And
it's
so
real
that's
people
what I'm
out there
saying
that
is where you said that
it's
earlier in the channel. I would come to you, I would email you, see what you need done, how you want to go about it, which way you want to route it, and I would cover it by what you want it done out there. And then once it's out there, I still take my live streams down after 3 days, but what I'm saying is it would be out there for anybody to grab the channel, watch the story, and study it based on true facts, not a roundabout answers.
Yeah, exactly as you should, because it's always good to have voices out there when it's missing persons out there. And it's not what you do, is how you do it. Just do it in the fucking right way, which is just simple, dude. I mean, like, it's common sense to kind of somewhat figure out what's going on. And
Mm-hmm.
if it's kind of obvious that the parents might have something to do with it. I mean, we all
You
got
have to
common
be
sense.
non-biased.
Yeah,
That's
just
the
like,
thing. You have to be non-biased towards the parents and towards the case. Because if you
yeah,
already decided a judgment based on what you're hearing from the parents' storyline, then you're not giving them the chance to speak. You're not giving them the voice to speak. And you're not giving them a chance to clear their name if they are innocent to the justice of their victims,
yeah,
of the
exactly,
victims.
exactly.
So, like I said, if something happened to you, yeah, I would hit you up. I would cover your story, and I'll let you know and give you all the links to come and show up if you wanted to make an appearance and everything. But once we had your story out there, it's up to them that wants to follow the community of standards that, hey, we know this creator. We know their children. We need to help them jump in. And they do all the jumping in. My part is spreading the awareness and getting it out there with you, not without you.
Yeah, exactly. And for the most part, you're gonna, damn near get a feeling of what's real and what's not. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you might really just have people that might not want. I mean, not my. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
you'll
say.
have a lot of those cases where they don't want it out there, and they'll have statements made that the police is handling this. Don't get involved, and that's kind of what's going on with Michael Monkey Run right now. Brandy and Tyler is going through nothing but, and I ain't gonna cuss on your channel, but HELL right now because they came on and spoke with the Wells on a channel. And the Wells was rude, and this creator was rude because she set boundaries, and it was for issues she did not want her son labeled under agenda. just because he's missing and not been found yet or not been in justice for the family, she don't want the labels with her son's name in it.
Well,
Because
I mean,
it might
yeah,
not be happening, no, and it might be happening, yes, but she don't want that interpretation if he is home and he crosses that day to look on the social media and he sees his name and he sees how hard she fighted for her son, and Tyler fighted for his son, that he sees a mother and a father doing the right thing and not a mother and a father dissing their children's name with other products of issues, you know?
yeah, I feel you on that.
I mean, I can't even say it
That's
because I'm
like
telling
why
you the
with
story
the
because I'm respecting the wishes of Brandy and Tyler's wishes about it, but it goes down the line of predator. That's all I'm going to say, and that way I'm not labeling it into it, disrespecting the name. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I feel you. I don't know exactly that situation with these folks that you're speaking on, but as far as you said with them talking to the Wells and being involved in that name is, I could kind of understand anybody feeling like that because it's just so much controversy around that whole case.
Well, here's the inside deal. Summer went missing June the 15th, 2021. Michael Monkey Vaughn went missing July the 27th, a month later. That's how this is so significant case. Not the same cases, but significant error of where they're coming together on the streams. And coming together on everybody choosing which one they're going to work with on their channels. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that. I understand.
See, Summer went missing 852 days, and Michael went missing 742 days. And so it's like very close distance of 2 5-year-olds going missing at the time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not
like,
disrespecting Brandy or Tyler to put the issues on their child's name, but I am explaining how boundaries needs to be set, because a lot of creators put those boundaries and those labels with the hashtags, the names, and their stories out there. And then they decide to get off of the case and talk to the creators, talk to the other channels, and this and that. And then they bring the dramatic, like I said, dramatic atmosphere in. What are you doing to the victims? If those victims went home tomorrow in the future and they decide to grab their device and watch a YouTube channel, and then they say, oh my God, there's my name, I need to watch this, and they see all this on their name, they're going to feel shamed and rejected because they can't enjoy life because everybody tarnished their life, Make sense?
Yeah, I feel you.
And when I said about you not fighting with the creators, no, you don't fight with the creators. You pull out the truth and the facts, as you told me when I first met your channel and came up on panel that day, to have a voice, speak your mind, but keep it true and keep it factual. Don't ever sway away of what you feel the research needs to be agenda on.
Yeah, exactly. My position and where I come in at is something that happened in my city, and the things that I spoke up on, that Benny spoke up on, like I was able to defend 100%, in the accusations that was made against me and other people. Is like I was somewhat close to speak up on it, but like, say for instance, like a Summer Wells case, I'm not from that area. All I know is what the he say she say of the internet, the true crime community, And sometimes, like, you know, all I could do is just say, hey, find somewhere else without getting deep into that situation.
Well,
On
the
top of
update
that's
on Summer Wells is no one needs to go to the website find.summerwells.com because the parents and Tim Mullins has that account. They need to go to the TBI hotline at 1-800-TBI-FIND or the .org TBI tips.org site for Summer because there's too many people out here talking too much and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And I've never, and I'm not binding to my word, I never went to search for her, but I went to the events to spread awareness in front of live feeds. And I got shunned away from those creators just because I didn't spend my time meeting and greeting with creators. I spent my time talking about a little girl. You know, a lot of creators just walk away because of that, and I'm losing nothing, and I'm not gaining nothing because if you ain't here for the victims in the first place, you're not right in your heart and your mind. Your mind should not be set on getting to know a creator. You're supposed to be there for the victim. Now, if you run across a creator and you all are talking research together, talking about the case together, got opinions, fine, work with each other and see what you know and I know, but don't shame the victim. That's the point. Don't shame the victim in going to the community and standing out, you know.
yeah. A lot of people do that shit for monetary gain. Honestly, at the end of
I've
the
never
day,
been monetized. That's the funny part.
well, not even
I've
saying
been ready to
monetized. I'm just like just well, you got to be monetized to, you know, on YouTube, obviously, to get money, but that'd be their whole point, man.
no,
That's just,
not for me.
no.
No.
I'm saying the folks that don't have the heart for this, that's not really in it for what they say they in
Right,
it for.
but I mean, I got my account somewhere, but no, I have not received one penny for none of my stories, none of my cases. I've
Just like with the
pulled it out of
boys,
my own pocket.
just like with the boys on my end, like, you know, on a lot of people end, it came to a point to where there's no need to talk about it on the internet, and you know, it's not necessary to talk about it every day. You know, just to keep the drama going and just to entertain the folks on, you know, and a lot
Yeah.
of people did that in the boys' case, is just kept going live every day and kept doing shit like what Benny and Doug used to do in the beginning, and you know, fucking make more victims out of a whole messed up situation. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is just pointless. It's like, because how can you really care and you doing shit like this? Like, you know. But that's why
Yeah.
God works the way He works. And like, for instance, you know, with Benny and Doug, look at them, man. They not right now. They don't have the best YouTube careers because they, you know, time is gonna tell the truth, and it's been enough time
Mm-hmm.
for them to get exposed. So anybody that deal with them is just weird, point blank, period. And then a lot of people don't care
Right.
because honestly, it's still a racist world. And you know, they started off with the boys. Well, they you know, I know Doug been around, but they a lot of these YouTube folks, man, excelled in their career because of the missing boys. And at the end of the day, like Doug and Benny didn't really care. And then not to bring race into it, but race always plays a part in life, man. I don't care. And that's just the truth.
Right.
And I feel they just didn't really care because they was black and can do that, and you know, not really care. You know,
I can see it now
'cause
because Devontae Martin's
look how
case is
fast.
not getting out there because he is the individual of African American and cultural, and there's other children that I have covered, which is on my community page, of children that's recently been missing in the Tennessee area, other areas, and no one is covering them. And see, I took a break. I mean, I'm not taking off of YouTube, so don't delete me as a mod or nothing like that. But I took a break to sit back and just watch what's going on instead of jumping in anymore. Only tonight is the first time I went back up on a live stream, period, since the West Cali Boys' verdict. But before that, the verdict with Michael Monkey Vaughn was the Stacey case on Wanders backyard stuff on Michael Vaughn. So I've been sitting. I can keep it, factual without going at each other. And when you walk in the door, you say one opinion, and they automatically bark up your tree. Like, well, wait a minute, at that point at side channel. You should, and what I spoke of the opinion means to be researched, not jump up the tree and make them feel like they got to climb another branch to feel something or have an opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the tree only goes so high. And there's only so many branches on a tree that you can go up and not come down with one or two breaking you down.
Yes, especially when you're dealing with kids, like, you can't play with God's kids, man. They still innocent, and it's, that's only gonna work for so long. You could try it, but then, like, especially on the internet, like, you're gonna get exposed, and the truth is gonna come out. And still some people like that still win on the internet, which is sad. But the internet is a dark place. So the world is a dark place. Life is,
and you're never forgotten once you get on the internet. You're never forgotten. That's the one thing I learned just studying on the boys. A lot of channels. I mean, just putting West Cali Boys in, putting West in, putting the intro of Classic Caesarean in, on and Olsen in, both ends of the names, all the way around. There was so many channels to go through and watch. And listen to their theories, listen to their points, listen to their riff-raff around it. And I was like, Lord, I'm glad I am only on one channel who still pretty much kept it factual. Besides AV News channel that you followed, and then Ro, Keisha, and stuff. But other than that, I mean, I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm going to go back to the source that I watched it from and finish up his channel and his links and write my notes from that and progress. And the next thing I know, I got the biggest creator that's been watching it, and you know him, and you might have even been up on his panel, I don't know, or just been around his channel, John Q and Q Carlock.
Shout out to him. I've been on his channel. He's solidified. Shout out to him.
Yeah, he gave me my first intro video. Him
and Duty Ron, man.
I don't watch Duty Ron because he's really he's good at investigating the cases, but he puts too much of a police force background into it.
I mean, that's what he's here for. He's an ex-police officer, so his whole viewpoint is from his experience.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you my opinion of him. I'm not saying bad or good.
I'm not knocking your opinion either. I'm just, speaking my opinion on what, where he comes from, which, everybody's not gonna feel it or whatever. It's, you're not obligated to feel everybody's shit.
No, I watch his channel. It's just I don't really comment and I don't really listen to all the degrees. I kind of forward.
I'm not saying I watch all his stuff because I really don't.
He goes for hours. He goes for hours.
To keep it 100, I really don't, honestly. But I pay attention, and I know his part though. Like I don't got nothing bad to say about him at all. especially the
No,
way
neither am I.
he covered the boys' case, and he's all the way from New York, an ex-police officer that gave his 100% into the boys, and also, you know, respected the family, the bio family, and anybody involved on that side, and pretty much, you know, his judgment as being a police officer was somewhat right.
No, I'm just saying that I jumped to the police part of the conversation mostly in his streams instead of the in between with other creators up there, because it's more interesting to hear his perspective there than to hear other creators jump in with the opinions to his dialogue, you know?
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, he had the most experience in a lot of these creators, honestly, because he's a
Right.
police officer. So, with or without social media or YouTube or Facebook, he still was already doing that, and you know, he's a retired officer, so he had years and years and years of dealing with criminals, child killers, rapists, and you know, just all that in general. So, and then when he brought it to YouTube, he just, you know, he just knew what he was doing. And you know, shout out to him. And shit, as far as creators for the boys, Crenshaw, AV News Crew, Duty Ron, it's a couple other people out there, man. You know, I might have not mentioned their name, but you know, that put in work. Look like we lost LC. We've been up in this thing 2 hours. I was not expecting to go this long, but we're gonna end it though, man. Right here, it's after hours. Just a little test. Let's talk about some things, you know, for the channel. And yeah. Let me see if she hop back on. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. It's getting late. Got work in the morning. Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Stay positive and, you know, stay solidified. That's all I got to say. Whatever you're doing out there, just make sure it's the right thing. Especially, you know, when you're dealing with missing folks, man. There's a lot of victims out there. It's not just the mission. It's the people that got to deal with that. You know? Yeah, stay solidified.